Gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'd like to change topic a bit. Still on the political surveys, but something we haven't really talked about a lot. Yung senatorial preferences. I'd like to ask Mr. Lacerda in particular. Again, you quoted OCTA. We're all quoting OCTA only because that's the latest numbers we have to go by. But if you go by the numbers there, Risa Hontiveros started somewhere in the middle of the pack of the top 12. Latest number shows she's at number 13, hanging on to 13 as a statistical chance to get in. But the point is, kung malaglag si Risa, and unless you count yung mga guest, quote-unquote, guest candidates, di ba? But then why would you count Jojo Binay? And why would you count, for that matter, Mig Subiri, if I'm not mistaken, who's really now supporting BBM? So kung malaglag si Risa, is it fair to say that this would be basically a repeat of the debacle of 2019 as far as the opposition is concerned?
Well, it happens that we're not able to bring in anyone from the candidates of Lenny. That might very well happen. The problem kasi with the senatorial, it's really name recall there. If you notice, all the people. Look, your fellow radio personalities, Tulfo is doing very well there in number one. So it's really all name recall. All the name recall with respect to the former politicians, Alan, Chis Escudero, all this. Practically, it's name recall. Unfortunately, there is still the concern about I suppose there's the administration still being popular has an effect on the candidates of Vice President Leni Robredo. So there is still that effect on not on frowning upon candidates of Leni. So that's a huge problem that needs to be reviewed. Even for instance, Senator Dick Gordon, who is gone with Leni, who's a politician not identified with Leni, except only in this particular campaign, is I think also suffered from suffer from that. So it's really more on iba ang chemistry, ang behavior sa sa senatorial compared to the presidential. So it's entirely possible what you're saying. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully Risa is able to go up further, and maybe we'll have one slot. But that's really. It was during our campaign, when we were in government, Ronald was in charge of the senatorial. So Ronald should be able to answer that. By the way,
Mr. Llamas, you've been voluntold.
Robbie, iba-iba kasi yung mga surveys . Halimbawa, dun sa Pulse at saka Lilo, ay mukhang si Risa ay nasa labas ng 12. 13 or 14. Dun sa SWS tsaka sa OCTA, mukhang pasok siya sa 12. Tsaka sa Publicus, no? So, iba-iba yung mga survey. Pwede batihan ano yung mas accurate, no? Kaya, ayun. Pero mahirap talaga kung ikaw ay nag-iisang oposisyon sa top 12, no? At nandun ka sa bingit. Sabi kasi nung iba, dahil yan yung vulnerable sa mga special operations. Kung ikaw ay isang oposisyon.
Will be safe on if you're in the 8th spot. Normally, if you're on the 8th spot, then that's medyo safe na. But between 9 to 12, that's really a very precarious situation where you really need to. And the thing is, the last week, yung ground operations sa last week, that's where talagang may nangyayari doon. So that's really a challenge for Risa, considering that she has very limited resources.